Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're James with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Hail British. Yes, today is a very special day. Well, I mean, it's a day. It's a good day anyway. It'll be fun. We are going to play Super Princess Peach, so I'm all peached out in honor of the occasion. I do still have the black nail polish that Danielle put on me. Why so happenedy? Nope, not today, sir. Boom. Didn't even need to do that in hindsight. Hail, Cedric. I was like, I'm not allowing this to persist on the off chance that Cedric's not here. Okay, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty special day. Last official Saturday of my vacation, although it's going to be a chill month of August and we'll continue, for example, finish The Witness. I am determined by the end of this summer to have new base default stream frames drawn. Maybe a logo even, so that I can finally do the 30-minute retro review gimmick with the full production value I've always pictured, and so that I can what's the other thing I want to do? Just have them, because I got caught flat-footed here, starting extra late. First because got stuck out at brunch. Worse things to be stuck doing than enjoying brunch. But we were supposed to go early, and then Danielle's grandmother. No, it's not at all Danielle's grandmother's fault. It's our fault. We were late picking her up. And then it was very busy at the brunch place. So it was just a comedy of errors. Then I got home and realized I had absolutely no setup prepared to display this game. So this is just nothing whipped together. We'll enjoy it together or not. 1 second. Okay. Here we are. The game today is Super Princess Peach, a game that I own legally, although we're not going to play my legally owned copy here because it's on the DS, and how would I display that? I don't know. So I'm going to play it in an emulator, but I do want to stress that I really and truly do own this game the legal way. Bought it when it was basically brand new, played very little of it. I think at the time, the problem I was having with some Nintendo games was this was an era of Nintendo where they were at their heavy-handedness. They're at their most heavy-handed in tutorializing and in slow ramping up and in narrative prologues and stuff. And so the game didn't get going fast enough for me. And there were so many games back then. And I was young and in a unionized job. I had no responsibilities except, go to school. And so I could always buy new GameCube and DS games. It was a wonderful time. Though at the same time, it did mean there's a lot of games that I got a tiny little taste of that I know I'd be into that I just never got around to doing anything with, which includes Princess Peach's first star turn, Super Princess Peach. I'm going to say this right now. I think I should have gone further. If I was going to go further with the lips, I should have put on some blush or something. I should have done more than just really loud lips. I do have my pink glasses on, but I think I look a little washed out overall, a little pasty. It doesn't matter. Here we are. Got my local artist who does Regency era portraits, Regency style portraits of Mario characters. Got my Peach up there. Got my super princess, or my regular Princess Peach shirt on. Got my bob-omb earring, and I'm excited. A mutual acquaintance of yours and mine, Cedric, from a different place on the internet, where we ply our trade of discussing video games among peers, is, what am I trying to say here? I gave this game a ringing endorsement. of saying it's one of the best games on
Nintendo.
the thing. Okay, you heard it for a moment there. One of the best games on the DS. We'll find it. Oh no. It's doing this thing, but we had this experience, fortunately. Greg and I had this experience. Where? There. I had to change it from the automatic capture method to the manually selected type in order to get it working. So another thing I hadn't really thought about, and maybe this will turn out not to be, this is what we're going to do today, is put them thus. There's also an option for a horizontal view. And maybe as if we do this more than 1 week, we'll see what kind of impression the game makes. Maybe I'll mess around, figure something out. For now, we'll just stack it and have a lot of wasted negative space, which honestly, I think I would rather just have be Oblivion today instead of this Starfield background. And then let's see if I can get myself into a position where the monitor that I'm playing on is reflecting a little bit less into my glasses. It's fine. It is what it is. Here we are. Okay. So this is using in the RetroArch platform an emulator core called Melon DS. And I made a great discovery right before we started. Although now I'm going to mess around a little bit more. Whoops. To see if I can control sensitivity. It looks like I can't. Or if I can, it's in a different menu, which I guess would probably be the controls option. No. Okay. Well, it's still a good discovery. What I discovered. How do I resume? I can just press the. What I discovered is since I don't have a touch screen to emulate the touchscreen of the DS, for anyone who doesn't know, the lower of the two Nintendo DS screens was a touch screen. This is obnoxious. Hold on. What if I move the monitor for this? It's large. Would love to just be shined on a bit less. That's a bit better. Whatever. There. It's a lazy Saturday. For a little in between larger stream things. So I have the option of clicking. Hold on. Oh no. Changing the size of the window so that it's all on my screen changes it here. Oof. This isn't good. I don't like that it's not locking. Oh, it is locking the aspect ratio once I let it go. Okay, good. Are we seeing the very top of the screen? We are. Okay. I've missed too much plot though. So I'm going to restart. Whoops. Going to restart. Hopefully. Restart. Here it is. And then we'll play. What I discovered, without the touchscreen. Oh no. Okay, hold on a sec. A little bit tedious to get the. I bet there's something I could do in RetroArch to smooth the process for myself here. Okay. Now, I'm just not going to mess around with the size of the game window because I'm not going to ultimately use the mouse control option to play here. There we go. Because what I discovered, and this was a kind of a funny way to make a discovery about how DS emulation works, because I've never emulated anything. This is the most recent video game I think I've ever emulated. I think I've done a Nintendo 64 emulator long ago when they were crummy. I've never even done it now that they're, from what I understand, pretty good. But like I said, I own it. And so one option they have for the touchscreen is you can use the mouse, but you can see how that's suboptimal. When in this particular game, the touchscreen essentially provides buttons, 4 buttons to toggle Peach's powers that she's going to get. And I was thinking earlier, and I thought to myself, like, why? Imagine if they just mapped it to the left analog stick, or to the right analog stick, and you could move the cursor around with the right analog stick, and then, when the time came and you wanted to press it, you just used the right analog stick button. Wouldn't that be a thing? And I thought that in my mind, and then I was like, wait, that's so good that it must actually be how it works. I just hadn't tried. So I can use the map, but I can also use the stylus, and we'll see which one, or I can use the mouse or the stylus. We'll see which one turns out to be the most or least frustrating. And away we go. All right, now, whoops, get the mouse cursor out of there for the moment. And we'll begin a new game. This is mysterious Vibe Island. It is a land not far from the Mushroom Kingdom, a land rarely spoken of, for Vibe Island is said to hold great power. Bowser heard of it and built a summer villa there. Hearing of an item called the Vibe Scepter, his mind turned to Mario. Bowser! Bowser! Sir! Oh, it's a tough guy. We did it! We finally found it! The legendary Vibe Scepter! What? Really? Fantastic! At last, we'll have our revenge on Mario and his annoying pals. Hey, idiot! Not so loud! Oh, right. Sorry, got a little carried away. Hey, you there! Close that door in front of you, will ya? These walls have ears, you know. All right. If the scepter is really as powerful as they say, I'll show Mario and Co who's boss once and for all. Haha! Without further ado, let's take this scepter for a test ride. You, Goomba, come here. You can see the exact moment where the Goomba's passing between screens, even though the backgrounds align seamlessly. Take this scepter to the Mushroom Kingdom something. Since you once lived in the Mushroom Kingdom, you'll go unnoticed. Go, minions. Go and show Mario and his friends who's boss. Yeah. So as you can see, this was an era when... Okay, head in. Make me proud. Ready? I'm monitoring through this Koopa shell siever. Once we get the all clear through this, we charge. Not yet? Hurry. There it is. Okay, troops, charge! I'm not sure. Obviously, it wanted me to use the DS mic. I have no idea if that's emulated through my mic. Didn't seem to be. We did it! We finally caught Mario. Yes, total success. Mission complete. All right, fall back, troops. Bowser, sir, we did it! We finally caught Mario! Oh, nice work! About time! We also got that green guy and a mushroom something loudmouth. Our troops are watching them as we speak. Good, good. That scepter is stronger than I thought. I wonder what the limits of its power are. I wonder. Ah, I know. Hey, Goomba, come here. Bring that scepter with you. Again. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Steady now. I'm sorry, Bowser. This kid's been acting strange. You idiot! What are you doing? You're gonna unleash the scepter's power! Boss, what's going on? They make you wait for the games in this era of Nintendo. What? I feel really jolly? Not thrilled with my Bowser voice, but I didn't think about this. I would have done a full vocal warm-up to try to go low and growly. Instead, I'm just concentrating on not damaging my throat. What's this? Same with Toad. I love the choice. What the hubbub? When they started voicing Toad to be like, Mario's helpful pal should have a voice that is at once squeaky and really scratchy and abrasive. Wah, you briny mushroom losers. This time I've captured Mario. Who will save you now? You want him? Come get him. Wah. What should we do? This time Mario's been kidnapped. We can't rely on Mario this time. What are we gonna do? What are we to do? It's up to us to get him back. No, please. Princess, wait. Princess. She doesn't hesitate. You lad. You're all on Twitter. Use that pep and clear this room. Calm everyone down, or someone's going to get hurt. Come on. Princess. Oh, I see. This will be easier to do with the most, I think. Meanwhile, there's a whole thing going on up there. I don't understand what gives me a score. You know what? Maybe this would be easier. Ah. No, this is not easy at all to do with these clumsy controls. This would be quite, I think, comfortable to do with a stylus. Peach is doing something with Parasol. It's a friendly, talking Parasol named Perry. So Nintendo was, you know, this was an experimental time for Nintendo with hardware designs. The Wii was on the horizon if it wasn't already out by now. I think it was out. And here's an interesting mix. They're gonna make you wait forever to play the game, watching through all this exposition, but at the same time they give you an entire separate mini game to play on the bottom that takes it, so taking advantage of the two screens while also taking advantage of the touch screen, the stylus-based touchscreen on the bottom. Cool stuff. Lots going on. Okay, here we are. We're going to Ladida Plains, the first stage. Now I know I've played this stage before. In one sense, we have a platformer. So I went through that pretty quickly, but Peach has an attack with her Parasol, and the default is running. She does this. I absolutely love it. That's a great running animation, how she grabs her skirts. But she can also walk with dignity if you hold a shoulder button. I already have access, I believe, to the emotion powers that this game is based on. Because Vibe Island, it's not that Peach has emotion powers. It's that the emotion powers of the island have been unleashed at a time when Mario and Luigi just happened to be kidnapped. This is the Kojima-ist explanation of why the Princess Peach game is the one with the emotion powers. I actually didn't even read that. Probably don't need to. Find coins to buy items. Hearts refill hit points. I bet that I would have found my way to both of those conclusions. So there's a bunch of these that imply like that somehow there'd be a secret later. But just while I was getting the emulation working, I tested. And I don't think there is anything to it. You can see in the top left there that the... Can I make this disappear? Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll worry about it later. If we do this again. Or if I do anything else with a DS again. The sensitivity on the joystick to the cursor is really high. There might be a way to adjust that on the at the controller level in the system settings. But that's another thing I'm not going to bother. Jump on an enemy to flip it, then touch it to pick it up. Then you can throw it. Or I can use X, because the DS has the full Super Famicom or Super Nintendo 4 face button setup. The contemporary classic one. So we have, in total, 3 buttons, because B and Y are both just attack. A is jump, and then there's the scoop move with X. 3 toads are hidden in each stage. You can already tell that was going to be the case just from looking at the top right of the screen. You know what? I am going to look into whether visually, can I just on-screen overlay? Perfect. No. I don't know. I think it's just always going to be telling us the layout for some reason. So, like, this is not 1-1 as far as tutorial levels go. Super Mario Bros. 1-1. Because it's just very much a long level, as I recall. A long level of basically no challenge, slowly doling out all the key information about the game. Touch the 4 hearts to change Peach's vibes. Joy, rage, gloom, and calm are the available powers. So we'll see what turns out to be the easiest way to deal with this in a pinch as we get going. Touch heart panels to swap out vibes, use special moves. Touch one twice to return to normal. You can only use your vibes when you have charge in the vibe gauge. Mana. You can fill your vibe gauge by getting crystals. You can find crystals by breaking blocks, defeating enemies. Well, let's make Peach angry. And then the flames around her can destroy it. One really nice thing. Toggling on and off is going to be pretty easy. And actually, it's pretty intuitive right there. Look, I'm great. I think this will work pretty well. Not as well as the original controls, but if I had the original controls, because I do have my DS, and the copy of this game that I own, or that I owned, I think is in the possession of my ex. But we get on well. She'd lend it to me for the cause. But how would I get that on stream? So I remember that happiness is my float up power. Whoops. I shouldn't just be taking these guys out, though. I should be, oops, took a hit. Gloom vibe makes you cry. You can spray water on whatever you want. Calm vibe restores hit points. I'm just going to use the calm vibe to see what it looks like. I mean, it basically just looks like regular. Except, you know, more dynamic. So we can see what that is. But can I go down here? Is there a secret? There is a secret. It's not right there. Wait. You know what? I'm going to guess that there probably aren't a lot of not heavily telegraphed secrets in the first stage of the game. I cry. I water the plant. So what I'm really interested to see... Oh, a secret. That was heavily telegraphed. What I'm expecting to see as we get into this game, or what I'm hoping to see, what I'm interested to see, is how much they get out of this mechanic of these emotion powers. Because right now, like, it seems like You can see how there's probably a lot to do with the one that makes you float. The joy. Like perhaps right now. So once I'm floating, I just use the jump button to arc up. Did you know that if you collect a lot of music scores, you'll get more and more band members? Yeah! Get 5 members to join you. You'll have a legendary band with Peach on vocals. Peach Hit 5. Peach Hit 5 is a terrible name for a band. You got the score for Peach Voice 1. Access it under Menu on the home screen. Peach does not take fall damage. It's good to know. You can see the enemies are going through the same thing as Peach. Some of them have different vibes. Yeah, so I can see the, like, you can see how you'll get variety out of the joy gimmick, because it's basically it's a mobility power. But then, are there other things to it? Because, like, you know, that they haven't told us yet. I find it hard to imagine right now how Cry is not just one that you use exactly at these specific times when there's something that needs water put on it. But who knows? Adoran! Welcome! Happy Saturday. Stupinski! Happy weekend! Anyway, why did I come back this way? Because I immediately thought there might be a secret, but I should stop looking. Yes, that I don't like. It's not like almost nothing is different. I just switched. I'm looking at the larger monitor. Usually, for whatever reason, I look at the small monitor and use the large monitor for like monitor stuff. I switched it up because I'm emulating a DS game and I thought I would appreciate having more real estate. But I did it hastily, so it's not great yet. All right, the 3 toads in level 1 are not really concealed from you. You don't need to do any work. It was good. Last full week of my summer vacation, Danielle, my partner, was on vacation. So we had fun. I got a drag gig sprung on me for a week from today. So I gotta start thinking about that. And made excellent progress in the witness. Activated all the main beams. Went into the facility. Made it to what I understand is a pretty famous puzzle, the floor puzzle. That's where I ended. Ooh, what was stressful about it? Glad to hear in advance that you survived. Before we even find out. It's good foreshadowing. The icon you get when you jump through the goal gate determines the number of coins you get. For a star can make good things happen. Alright. Ooh, that was close. But instead I got a turnip. Yeah, I made it right to the floor puzzle. And then I couldn't figure it out, so I stopped. But I took detailed notes on it. I stopped. I like put my mic and stuff away. I thought for a moment about the puzzle as I was getting up, and I was like, wait, hold on. Let me try one thing. And I like sketched a little thing on my graph paper, and it was the solution. I was like, oh. What's available in the shop? Floatbrella, Poundbrella, Chargebrella. Okay, so they're like equipment. I'm not sure. They might also be consumed. Who knows? At any rate, I can't afford any of them. And I think the Floatbrella, which sounds like it gives Peach her classic floaty jumping ability, is the one that I'm going to want to get first. Oh no. Ta-da. Classic early... Oh, wait. I immediately started thinking, like, how am I going to get up there? I'm going to use Peach's assigned floating power. Oops. Let's try that one again. Oops. A to go up. Made it up just as I ran out. of a vibe. Saved a toad. And right now, at least, 2 vibe crystals is enough to restore all of Peach's vibe. Oh, this one, as long as I stay on the path. Yeah, so on Tuesday, when I return to the witness. Excellent. And now I'll drop. Whoops. Squat down while carrying an enemy, and I'll absorb it. Huh. That's a little eldritch. The talking parasol can consume enemies to give Peach just a little bit of their vibe. I don't know. Do they still get reunited with their broodmates in the great hereafter? Oh no. Yeah, everywhere I see these, I think it must be something. But what I already tried when I was just testing out the game to make sure the emulation worked on stage 1 was, oh no, I used up all my vibe when I need vibe. But you can get vibe by defeating enemies or by consuming them. So this is like in Metroid 1, before they'd come up with like charging stations and stuff, there's some really easy camping spots that you can stand by and kill an endless supply of simple enemies. I think, at the very least, and I started to infer this on the previous stage, when we saw the sad Goomba, I think Crying Peach is also running faster. So that right there immediately gives Crying an obvious, repeatable applicability to a puzzle platformer that isn't just literally, oh, it's a, water spot, use Cry. Gonna have some instant momentum going back to the witness on Tuesday. If I hadn't finished that up, which, oh no, wait, it doesn't matter. And I found a puzzle piece. Peach is thrilled. Puzzle A, piece 5. It's fuzzy. Because I have to, there's like stuff I need to do this coming week. So I'm gonna do at least 1 work day this week. But my vacation, depending on, like just my posted regular vacation, depending on how I slice it, goes maybe through Wednesday, but maybe through Friday. That is true, British. Especially because one of the worst quality of life things about the original Metroid is simply that when you... It's not a very well hidden secret code. Every time you die, and so the main reason you're ever doing farming in the first place is you die and you're always brought back with like 30 health or some absurdly low amount of health, regardless of how many energy tanks you have. So you're always starting the process of farming from a point of weakness. And they are endlessly spawning. So there's plenty of room for a small mistake to derail everything. So yeah, I gotta work a little this week. And then it's really just like, it's not like they're waiting for me to be in the office at a certain time every day. I don't have a punch card or anything like that. What it's more like is I have to be ready to teach when classes start on September 8th. And so there will be various things involved in that, which will determine how much more Witness I can play. I believe that I can get everything I want out of the Witness, at least at this stage of my life, by the end of August. So that's good. You're doing that particular Goomba type of favor. But here's this joyful Koopa. I don't know that it didn't do anything for him other than put a skip in his step, though. He didn't seem to have Peach's ability to float, for example. We have all the toads for this area, but there's clearly something up there. And even if it's just coins, I want to buy these umbrellas. Wait, that is also of the type. Whoop. That doesn't work. It can't be broken at this stage. Maybe stronger umbrella. Maybe there's a power upgrade too for the umbrella. Then again, like I said, I think this is almost as far as I went in my owned copy of this game. So it's plausible that this game has a lot in store for me that I haven't thought of. Flower, flower, star. Way too late. But even later, and so I got a mushroom instead of a turnip, 10 coins. That's all right. I just want to get the star. I want to know what special things can happen. 202 coins. We are ready to buy the float-brella. Let's see. Pound-brella. That's what it is. Oh. You could also look at the top screen. This ability-enhancing umbrella allows you to pound down while jumping. That sounds like something that would break. Thing below. The charge brella lets you shoot. But let's just get the float brella for now, since it's the only one we can afford. Buy it. Float brella is yours. You got an ability. Hold A while jumping. Your umbrella will float for a bit, allow you to fly. Okay. So it sounds like it's not equipment. Technically, you can have all of the... Because, really, we're not getting rid of whatever our whatever his name was. We're not getting rid of our pal. Our umbrella pal. Huh? What a weak-looking bridge. Looks like it burned down easily, so don't get mad standing on it. Okay, well, there's another hint at a thing. And it makes sense. We can see the Peach is surrounded by flames when she's angry. Puzzle piece. It's probably one puzzle piece per thing. But maybe not. Oops. Guess we'll find out. So this is third stage. But I figure where I'll really get the sense of like, is this game going to get its hooks in me enough that I play it more than just today for a lark? At least on the stream. I feel like World 2 is going to be what really gives us a sense of that. That's where it seems like the game will really communicate whether it's like planning to keep on opening up and having lots of cool ideas, or whether it just kind of has the same ideas with some different, colorful backdrops. I don't know, but I'm excited. Certainly the more recent Peach starring game, Princess Peach Showtime, is an excellent little, it's a Nintendo B title for sure, but it's excellent. I sort of remember playing that. That's on the Super NES, right? As long as you hit one smashable with a thrown enemy, you slay them. I think it was. I mean, certainly there was a Pac-Man platformer for the Super Nintendo that I don't quite remember. I know I rented it at least once. I'm very confident it had classic, enormous, ungainly level Super Nintendo platformer stage designs. Those blue things fall when you cross at normal speed, so you have to find a way to cross quickly. Why not try one of your 5s? Okay. You didn't need to give me that much of a hint. I already had perceived. We had talked about it, right? You all know. I had already puzzled it, but I was going to go faster. This way. Okay. And then obviously, there's something to be done by going up there. So let's get joyful. jumping before you initiate joy seems like a good vibe preservation strategy. I would call that the most, certainly like the first really hidden toad. It's not that hidden, but it was at least gated behind. You had to be willing to experiment with the vibes if you hadn't inferred. Wait, that's what I should have done. Oh, yes. I remember that game. I was thinking of a different, because I know there's I believe there's a Super Famicom Pac-Man platformer where you control him. But yeah, the sort of point and clicky one. It's almost got the same kind of thing going on as Mario and Wario, except in big stages instead of single screens. Whoop. Well, I failed to use him to bounce up there, but I don't have to do that. This touchscreen emulation works pretty well. I guess it's helpful that the touchscreen implementation in this game, outside of mini games, is just about having 4 extra big face buttons. What's that strange-looking fluff? Looks like it's made of clouds, so try a cyclone. You see something mysterious? It's time to try your vibes. We're still learning. Boom. Another hidden toad. Not super hidden yet, but it's 1-3. And you know, this is a friendly, younger gamer aimed game. Oh, of course. I was like, what's Peach's relationship to water going to be? And it didn't look to me like we had transparent water, so I didn't think she'd be going under. Do you know the title screen secret? The background color changes due to what time it is. Oh, that's neat. Ha! That's very true, British. There's Mermaid Peach in Princess Peach Showtime. Ah, there's a little bit of a slowdown, so it's do. I'm not sure I actually upped the tempo there instead of just dooting harder. Let's go to the menu to look into what these puzzles are like. Puzzle A. You don't have all the pieces. Okay, so you have to find all the pieces before you can do them. And then it looks like it's some sort of race against time. Is it otherwise going to be like Braid? I don't know. Collect puzzle pieces in Braid. And for each world, you need to put a thing together. Okay, that piranha plant was intimidating, but pretty easily defeated. This works the way you would expect, and it's movable the way you would expect. Can I just put it down with down? No. This is tricky. And it doesn't really seem like it should be. You could farm infinite coins in this game, but... Oh, never mind. Here's the easy answer. Oh no. But then it's hard to ever land on it again. Oh, can it not be landed on unless it's right at the apex of the hill? It was all worth it for a single heart. Whoops. Anyway, why am I worrying so much about bringing this around when I have the ability to fly? It's a float umbrella action going. Okay, it's a temporary float. Oof. Well, we got revenge anyway. Oh, toad up there. Below where I made it to. Oh, because of this. Well, this is just another test. Well, it's a test of two things. It's a longer bridge, so it's also a test of whether you've kept enough vibe in your meter. Oh, these guys are just called chompers or something like that, aren't they? I like them as a discrete, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom is in many ways a, you know, fun, whimsical place. But it does have a lot of deadly flora, and like very deadly flora. Munchers, they're called. I'm gonna preserve vibe. I don't know if the vibe economy ever becomes a major challenge in the game. You need to get the timing right on the part where she's squishing down. And you need more elaborate kills to produce point rewards. Just smacking an enemy doesn't seem to ever, at least a regular enemy, never causes it to drop coins as far as I can tell. Boom. The joy of discovery. Mushrooms that have fully biologically integrated themselves into a humanoid's species. Good. So extreme cordyceps propaganda. Okay. Always gotta look around. Just like in an RPG, you're looking for the paths that aren't the path forward. I think there was a distinct chime sound when I came onto this screen that suggests probably it just means, hey, there's a toad here. But I also wanted to check that. I've used up all my vibe. But you can see how the seam there made me think maybe the top one vanishes. False wall. It wasn't. It was a nice thought. Right now I'm vibeless. Oof. Nailed him. Uh-oh. A wood bridge. Squat while running to slide. Oh, sweet. Oh, and Peach has a cute slide too. As long as you're not the person who she's waving her cleats at. Oh no. This is a vibe crisis. Oh, I can dissolve enemies for their vibes though. So there's never really a vibe crisis. But we have two things we need vibes for. I need some rage and some joy. Fortunately, everyone responds. This is not a game that is going to force you to restart a level over and over to perfectly preserve the vibe available. At least not most of the time. I suppose it could do that at some point. I don't even remember vibe in the DC universe. Oh, right. An enormous number of coins await. Fortunate, joyful soldier. I won't worry as much about the small coins, of course. Okay. Wish I got that last big coin. Because of where the stupid layout reminder is placed. There are only two layouts, and it's horizontal and vertical. So, like, who's ever confused which layout they're currently in? It's feature creep to have that display, in my opinion. Is there a secret here of some sort? Possibly. Or possibly that chime just always plays in every new place, but probably not. Puzzle A, piece 7. We always know that there are 3 toads. Hold on. New area, or old area. Back to this one. No chime. I bet I've read about Vibe, because I certainly read a lot about the DC universe during my very brief superhero comics guy phase in like 2006, 2008. What a time to be alive, discovering superheroes when there's also Wikipedia. Okay, so maybe that Bob-omb would have been useful. Well, I know that there are always 3 toads, but you never know how many puzzle pieces there are. Flower, flower, star. Flower, flower, star would go a little early. A little earlier even, but I'm getting there. Oh, I've got 338 coins. No doubt, in large part thanks to my wisdom in going to that area. I need 500 for the pound umbrella. Oh, so tough coffee will increase my maximum health. I can extend vibe gauge with vibe tea. I can buy music. And I can buy a puzzle piece. And I'm guessing the idea here is there are some that you simply have to purchase. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's a, oh, you don't want to find them? Just buy them here thing. And maybe I will eventually, but for now I'll hold off. I don't think I need either tough copy or vibe tea yet. When I do start picking one, I'll start with vibe tea. For the same reason. Don't worry, the only vocal song in the Mario universe doesn't come in until Odyssey. Uh-oh. Almost got myself in trouble there. Also, wait a minute. No, this is... like, is this not exactly the same? This place I just was? Alright, sweet. I only have 4 of the 9 abilities I'm promised to eventually acquire. 2 of which we know are Pound Umbrella and Charge Umbrella. Whoops. I didn't mean to eat that Bob-omb, but it was probably actually wise that I did so. There's a subtle hint here. Let's see. Can we float even higher and find a secret? Yes. Yeah, I'll get my vibes up first on the same principle that in Dark Souls I level up my stamina faster than my hit points. I'm better at not, you know, I can do better at not getting hit if I can do more things. Or alternately, in this game, it's more like, I'm going to be fine not getting hit. So then really all I got to worry about is accomplishing things. I'll get hit sometimes. Just I don't think that combat or survival generally is going to be the main challenge my Peach is dealing with. I just noticed that when she falls, when she's falling down, she's holding her skirt down. Tremendous animation on Peach. But we heard the chime. Oh, and also, okay, not great hiding, but maybe there's some challenge involved in getting the toad over there. Yeah. Like, you know, health is important, but you can put off fighting Lionels and stuff. It's a lot harder to put off needing to climb something. Or just wanting to be able to run kind of fast because there's something you're doing. You don't want to be constantly hopping on the horse, or you're running between two places where it's not convenient to use the horse. Even stronger case in Breath of the Wild than in Dark Souls. Because in Dark Souls, combat is, you know, always going to be part of what's going on. Unless you're doing some really tricksy stuff. Strange mushrooms and odd flowers up ahead. There's something about their color. Head through the pipe and take a look. The mushrooms are hopping in sequence. Okay, so there's a Simon game. One, two, 1, 2. Okay, can I hit them? No. So I think I'm just learning and taking it forward. But it's red, red, blue, blue, purple, purple. Oh. But is this just gonna... just the order I... Oh, absolutely. Oh, geez. You gotta actually aim the... It's not just the... Nope. It's not even about watering them, perhaps. Maybe hitting them? Red. Oh my goodness. What a cruel puzzle. You take the happy flowers and you beat their petals off so they hide their faces in shame. Weird. Okay. Red, purple, blue, red. Are they going to be in a different... Okay. Whoops. It was red, purple, blue, red? Yes. Snatching the vibes, Timpinski. Fire would be maybe overdoing it a little. Well, that was definitely more challenging than the first one. And more engaging. It wasn't really challenging, per se. Mushrooms always go left to right. Blue, purple, red, red, blue. Blue. Purple. Can I get the red with... No. Gotta smack her right in the face. What a slow platform. Blue, purple, red, red. It would be really frustrating to screw this sequence up. right at the end. Have to do it all over. They got to make sure nobody's brute forcing. Use the last little bit of my vibe here to float. Whew. It was just enough. This is quite a charming little game. Charm alone is not going to get it on the streaming schedule for next week. Like I said, you got to show me something in World 2. Catchy tunes, cute little graphics, excellent animation as we've discussed. An imposing enemy. Ah. That's very sweet, British. Oh. Can't do attacks while you're riding the parasol in the water. Should have anticipated that. I'm vibeless right now. Can we find some vibe down here? No. We've lost a life. Or at least some hearts. Are there lives even? Doesn't look like there are lives. So you just lose some hearts. Or you... Did I lose hearts? I think I did. At any rate, back to the start is enough of an incentive. Listen for the chime. Yep. Oh, and we can see it. What's that strange looking fluff? Yeah, we've had this discussion before, buddy. However, first, we're gonna have to farm emotion. Ooh, you get a bigger emotion or a bigger vibe boost. And it makes sense from consuming the vibe possessed enemies. Oops. I wonder if Calm ever has an application besides just being like a healing spell. Save to Toad. Because the rest of them all obviously do. Haha! 50 coins. Kind of hoping for something even cooler to happen. And maybe it will someday. I bet you're supposed to use your stylus. Get your stylus ready, okay? Alright, so this might be... We might be heading into some difficult waters here. If it's stylus-based boss fighting, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to best be positioned to tackle it. Stretch the platforms to make Peach jump. Aim for the top. Ready to start? Okay. Okay. No, this is manageable. Unless there's a time limit that I can't see. Ooh. Oh! I thought that I'd aim too far off to the side. The sensitivity is suboptimal, but we're making it. Okay, but there's more after that. Because there was a skull on the world map. There's a huge plant over there. Watch out for the little ones that sprout up. When its mouth is open, make it swallow a wave of water. Its weak spot, maybe that big belly button. Okay, I hope we don't get handheld that much for every boss fight. But again, it's the first world, and this is, you know. Oh, Peach is very, very happy to see Toad. But PD Piranha's here. Oh. Oh no. Gotta jump. Okay. I understand now, but oh dear. Boss fight, definitely hard. Ha! We got him. Fill him up. And then anger jump onto his belly. Uh-oh. Oh no, I should have been filling him up and I'm dead. Okay, now I've lost a life. This is a tricky thing to think about while fighting. It's okay. Do I have to do the gimmick again? I do. That's fine. Oh no, you're allowed to skip it. Okay. All right. So it's just a matter of mostly just being patient, I think. Gotta go one step at a time. Gotta take my opportunities. And then otherwise be more defensive. Oh dear. Got it. I gotta get more efficient. And I think the answer to getting more efficient there is actually just to switch immediately between the two emotions. Uh-oh. Missing my shot. Ah. Okay. Oh, finally dodged that attack for once. Smooth switch from one to the other. I am vibeless. Wait for him to drop. Oh, no. Wait for him to vomit. There we go. Okay. No, can't get him from this side. It's okay. Once again, failing. I'm in danger. Gotta be prepared for his ground attack. Here it comes. Aha! Ooh. Tried it twice. Didn't matter. I got him. Seamless toggle. He's down to 1. Oh, wait. I can use my calm power and will to restore at least some health. And then we just need him to vomit. This one didn't work out. He needs to vomit towards me. Thus. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting the bad ending. We're getting the Peach consumer vibes ending. Okay. And then they have a campfire under a starry sky, and the parasol dreams. Where am I? Do I know you? Why am I sleeping here? Hey, someone's coming. Oh, this the story? Is this the origin story of the talking parasol? Smack smack. I must have fallen asleep. I think I had a dream about my past. Oh, what am I doing? This is no time for reminiscing. Once you've rested for a bit, we've got enemies to fight. And away we go. All right. We've gone from Ladida Plains to Who's Wood. I bet Who is an owl enemy. 474, but we need 500? Let me check that. Poundbrella is 500, so we're gonna get the Poundbrella. We're leaving. Toad's very professional. Thanks you for shopping even when you just came in and didn't buy anything. And here we go. We're in the forest. Immediately, the level design is notable for letting me go left or right at the start, but I bet there's a vertical area. It is. Okay. Are those time limited? I guess I'll find out. Okay. Lots of space here. I wasn't listening for the chime at the very start. Let's see what this is. Definitely something here. This feels like a significantly less linear level. Ah. Oof. I'm still not going to give in and use vibes. There. Basic platforming challenge. Accomplished the natural way. Getting that toad involves coming up from the bottom. But is this a paradoxical place? Nope. I mean, maybe. It could be. But I really thought there was a good chance that going up there would bring me out down below. Got the score for Ladida Plains too. Access it under menu on the map screen. Excellent. I guess I could have vibed up to the corner there. Had I also seen a toad? Was that what I saw? Oh my. Peach's run is a little slippery. Wait, could it just be this will get me to the down below? No, it doesn't seem to be. Unless this goes back, which it could. You can jump on a Cheep Cheep while it's in the water. Subtle differences between Mario game physics. Back to the start. Yeah, okay, not even a health loss. It's just frustrating. They just take a little bit of your life from you. Like your actual life. That's true. Or the superpower to run would demand like crazy obstacles. Things you need to be a blur to get past. It's all about Peach like phasing through things using the speed force. Okay. It did turn out to just be a long trip around to save this toad. Good. Then I'll, for now, carry on to the right. But a lot depends on whether this level, like, we're accomplishing things to, like, take... Oh, no. Well, whatever. I'm gonna vibe this one. Like, are we gonna keep returning to that starting screen hub? toad was easy to find. But then again, maybe it's more about what routes get you to which places. Bullet bills! These are either vibeless, or I guess really they're calm bullet bills. You wouldn't like Bullet Bill when he's angry. The end of the level. I think what I will do, for now, I'm going to keep on three-toading the levels, but I think the easiest way to three-toad this one is to go back. Do I just have the timing now? I guess we'll see. Does the star ever do anything other than just be the way to get the most coins? We'll see. For now, let's just keep it going. Okay, there is nothing hidden on this first screen. But is there another route to take from this screen to find a toad? I don't think the positioning of the three toads in the portrait at the upper left is there to tell us anything about their relative position between the start and the end of the level, which is sometimes the case. Okay, was the presence of crying guys a clue that we can water this plant here? There's a second type of plant to be watered. Let's try. No. So then the vibe is to float. Probably. Yep. But. Yes, but. Do we have enough left to do it? We did, sort of. In that I could have, if I'd landed the jump there. Would have combined joy vibes and regular violence. Another question about, to be answered about this game is whether progression works so that I can exit the level right after finding the toad. Uh-oh. That was just foolish of me. Ugh. But I'll eat these crybabies. And then I'll jump with better timing. Jump while he's up. I don't know. Just enough. Oh! Slick. Peach weaved around him. Saved a toad. Nice thing is, since that guy's right at the start of the level, it's not that big a deal if I have to get him one more time because I exit the level. Record all the coins, items, toads. Sweet. They even told me in the text that it would work. Okay. And here we go. Checking the time. I got time. A forced scrolling level. And spinies appear. Do shelled enemies ever wake up on Peach's head? Right now, it looks like probably not. Possibly not. This seems to go down, but does it? No. Gotta keep an eye out for things that you can do quickly as they scroll by and then never again in the stage. Something to do here, but no force scroll anymore. I knew that thing was gonna fall. What is it, though? It's just a thing. Oh, there's a puzzle piece. That one was easy to find. Puzzle A, piece 9. Gotta hit an enemy with this melon, this Yoshi egg-like fruit. Doesn't seem to do anything different. Sobbing spinies. Ooh. I think there's a toad hidden on this one somewhere. Nice. Saved a toad. I'm going to go back down through this pipe just to see if we still have the chime on the previous screen. Always thinking. Oh, ways to make our playthrough of Super Princess Peach more efficient. Raphael Ravens. They're kind of acting like Sparkos from Mario 2. Mario 2 USA, the first game where Peach was a controllable character. What an interesting bit of trivia there. Nobody knew before I said that. Alright. Clean out that area. Nothing to think about here, so we're getting to know Lakitu instead. Lakitu throws exploding spines. Ah, I should have realized I was going to dissipate the cloud by trying to float up to it. Well, hold on. Can we respawn Lakitu? Probably by doing this, at least. Yep. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm just not quite high enough in the air to get on it. But I can't be certain. The game's not over eager to send a second Lakitu in. This is not Super Mario Bros. 1. Where you take out a Lakitu and you think you finally have some time to breathe. There's something going on here. What's the trick? Is there a trick? Probably. Oh! Lakitu respond. Is there somewhere where I'm a bit higher? Or is there somewhere can I use exploding spinies to my advantage? Like, will these blocks explode? No. Will this one, because it's red? Probably not. I don't think it's going to. Will something blow up? Or will this pop out? No, because Lakitu leaves. Alright. I'm going to try once more to steal Lakitu's cloud. Although I have to do it without vibes at all. Oof. Inconclusive, but I think no. But why does the cloud persist otherwise? And how does it relate to that buried pipe? I don't know. There's the good old-fashioned thing we know is here on this one. Is that a water wheel? Didn't make me work too hard for that toad. Come on, Cheep Cheep, jump. Jump or I can catch you. Ah! And then I had my moment. Oh, I took out an Anger Koopa, which I could have obviously benefited from. Okay. Alright, this is the hardest level yet. In fact, I might squander this first charge. Uh-oh. My thing has stopped reading. Okay, it's back. Squander that, and then farm this guy. And then Showtime is the Elden Ring, where they made it more accessible. Okay. Let's go, I believe, interact. Oh, dear. All that calmness wasted. But hold on. Yes, we can turn the water wheel. A loud noise came from somewhere. Perhaps the Lakitu had literally nothing to do with the pipe back here. Cool. And I'm pleased to say, no talkie block to be like, hey, that looks like a water wheel. Don't you have the ability to somehow make something that's like water but not quite? Maybe by using one of your vibes? It didn't hold my hand, is what I'm saying. I appreciate that. I'm gonna use some calmness. She does get enveloped in like a healing aura while she's using calmness. So is that aura also an aura that can be, you know, shared with things around her? And if so, what would it do? These are all questions that we probably can expect to see answered. Ah, back in the turnip zone. But I think, oh yeah, we're at 726. So getting the 50 at the end was not the difference about being able to buy the pound umbrella. Ooh, I could skip right to charge umbrella. Let's do it just because we can. They gave us the freedom to go in different orders. Hold B and then release. Let's take it. One moment, Panda. Hello, Panda World. Oh, the yellow emotion is joy. And it does two things so far. It makes Peach float. But then when she's not floating, she's surrounded by a cyclone. And that cyclone can also do stuff, like disperse. Oof. Odd hitbox on that guy. It disperses clouds. Which, since we're in the Mario universe, low-level solid clouds are a pretty regular phenomenon that people have to deal with while they're getting from place to place. So I wonder, Peach's normal floating ability, it seems to be granted by her skirt. Is that like just, she has to be wearing the specific skirt? Like she put on the wrong dress when she went to Vibe Island, and so she needed the parasol to develop the floating ability? She said, oh shoot! I tried to scoop Raphael Raven and it just killed him. Raphael Raven seppukus rather than letting each devour his gloomy vibes. But she'd be sleek as hell for the Mushroom Kingdom. I love the Mushroom Kingdom's surprisingly aggro take on football. Usually you think of the Mushroom Kingdom as like a happy, friendly place. But they're all mean mugging when they get together to play football. Like the parasol set. When she has the parasol, she can't get the timing right to float with her dress. So you're gonna have to pick up the slack, parasol. I didn't see any obvious way to get that pipe in the ground up. It could just be another water wheel elsewhere in the level. Like it was last time. Whoops. Ate the angry guy. Seems like this should be a thing, but let's drop. Find out. It is a thing, including a water wheel. Excellent. Let it out, Peach. Loud noise. Came from somewhere. Excellent. Peach turns off her emotions whenever she has to sit in the parasol for a ride in the water. Ooh, this one might actually be the proper progression of the level. Sometime I just want to play Mario USA. Just take a day. It would not take more than a day, I don't think. Stream the hell out of it and say everything I have to say. That's a great game. Full of some really cool level designs. Bonsai Bill, also, thus far, not emotional. Should we, when we think of, about Bullet Bills and Bonsai Bills and their cousin, Torpedo Tay, for that matter, do you think we're supposed to regard them as, you know, personified objects, like a lot of things sometimes are in the Mario world? Or are they supposed to be like robots? Or are they just like objects with faces painted on them as a design choice? We already went this way. I think before I even get Pound Umbrella, unless I start seeing places where I would like to use it. Is this just a drop? No. Where's the way forwards? I mean, it's probably in one of the ways I've already gone. Because this was just the start of the stage, right? Yeah. Did I just miss a spot at the end of that Bonsai Bill screen? Or maybe at the top of it. Maybe I just needed to explore more. I wouldn't necessarily expect this game to throw... I suppose it's kind of cruel if we think that they're like... dudes. Right. There's one excellent point. You've never been able to control a Bullet Bill in like Mario Kart. And also it just seems, if they're sentient, we really shouldn't just be immediately, you know, launching them as explosive weapons. Okay. Wait. Problem with trying to explore more of this place right now, is that I am a bit low on vibe. Absolutely need to get that vibe tea. Their lifespan isn't necessarily the child soldier ones, absolutely. But the average Bob-omb, now I remember where the way forward is. Just to get the annoying chime to stop, I'm gonna calm. Nice. I remember now that over this way, there was a different way to go before I found the water wheel. Ooh, and there's still secrets to be found here. Scoop up the angry guy. When you have vibe-powered anger, you are so good at stomping. Oh, puzzle piece. Puzzle piece A, piece 10. I don't know how many pieces there are. And also, as discussed, don't know if the buying them in the shop mechanic is just some amount of them are purchased in the shop, or if it's the shop is an increasingly expensive way to just save yourself the trouble of finding the hidden ones. Nice. Double nice. We're getting used out of this weird half beach ball, half medicine ball. Oof. Oh, I see. There's one of those, I can't remember what they're called. They rain fire. They're underwater plants. They're in Mario 3. They kind of open up. Anyone who's ever played Mario 3 knows what I'm talking about. And didn't need me to say it, because also they can just see the pattern. Oh. Well, that's alright. Calm down, Peach. Take a breath. In a moment. Wait. I'm curious. Oops. If Peach's calming vibe calms enemies as they approach her, it looks like no. There. Taught that guy a lesson. By consuming his soul. My devil's parasol. There's something about this particular configuration of my chairs and screens and stuff that pushes me more towards like a forward posture. Shouldn't be doing that. Not just because, try to avoid slouching in general, but also because I should really avoid slouching in particular, as I'm 41 years old. Oh, I can see what's going on here. We're going to extend our watermill puzzle solving. Appreciation to the game once again for not including a little hint box. I'll use my Joy Cyclone. And then my ordinary floating power. The three-toed streak lives on. Oops. And then... Oh, this is just for show. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, we've got all three toads. Oh, I felt that going wrong as I did it. But it was too late to stop. I was committed. Okay. How much will... I'm not sure how much I plan to do today. I think I will, I mean, I'll definitely finish World 2. And then we'll see. We'll at least dip our toes in World 3. Vertical force scrolling. As Peach hops ladder to ladder. Just some classic platforming. It would be difficult. You could see how the Joy NATO power could be busted out. Joy NATO. Why does that sound familiar? It might literally be because I read a review of this game where they described it as Joy NATO power. Minigame. Hooray! You got a minigame, Toad Jump. Access it under menu on the map screen. It's gonna be tricky to play for sure because they're almost all certainly gonna be stylus-based minigames, but we'll check it out. Speeding across. Uh-oh. Okay. That took a full base level vibe gauge. Ah, geez. I had the coins to buy a vibe tea before we did this level. I think that's all there is to do on this screen. So I'll proceed. It's a very, very likable game. You can imagine the, criticisms this game has sometimes received because of the emotion power thing. Although, like we said, there's a Kojima explanation. You can justify it if we get into the details of the narrative. There's nothing about the game that says Peach is particularly emotional. If anything, she's distinguished from the various members of the Koopa Troop, both Koopa Troopas themselves and, say, Goombas, in her ability to actually control her emotions, whereas the rest of them are all just governed by their strongest emotion. Huh? Too many bats for you to pass? I think I recall that bats hate fire. Yeah, that sounds right. Odd that specifically... Yeah. Unlike some popular mascots, I guess Peach isn't a mascot. She's a popular character. Oh wait, I have the charge umbrella. Ah, but the shot it shoots, too large. Eat your soul. Whatever this does, it's been done. Oh, I bet it opened that door right in front of me. And we have a toad. Saved Toad. Charming graphics, especially when if you think about how badly stretched beyond their intended display size these are. Sprites in particular. Like, the animations are charming and good colors and stuff. But you can see how they'd really come alive on that DS screen. Whoa. I'll take all these coins and then get past here with joy. Secret here. Do you think that guy's supposed to be calm or joyful? Like he's yellow like joy. But the feeling I got off that particular Piranha Plant is that he was doing a kind of chill vibes thing. One advantage to doing another stream of this game would just be that this is a very special occasion shirt, the Princess Peach shirt. So more opportunities to wear it would extend the justification of the purchase. Especially, I bought it because there was the drag show happening around here that I wasn't even on. Otherwise, why would I buy boy clothes? But clothes I'm wearing as a guy. Ooh, is that a thing that I should have done prior? Is that a thing I have done prior? Hold on. Is that just where we came in? It is. Okay. Fascinating variation of the species, the Piranha Plant, that not only has learned to perambulate on its stems, so it doesn't have to be rooted in the ground at all. It's running around. It also breathes. I guess at least the fire piranhas all breathe because they can blow fire. And then this one can breathe, and it just, like, it has a behavior that it just like a hermit crab finds something to live in. It finds something to blow on, something to hold up with its breath. And then it just plays Keep It Up, or Don't Let It Touch the Floor, or whatever you want to call that game. I bet those piranha plants would be either infuriated or delighted. They would not be neutral about balloons. Oof. Jump the gun. They are. Except those seed-splitting plants can't get off the vine and just wander around. The fact that we go to a second screen for all of these. Wait, do I not even have the money for Vibe Tea? All right, because I bought the Charge Umbrella. I'm so close. I feel like you probably can't earn, but what if you can? Yeah. Blow into the mic to make Toad jump. Not sure if this will even work, but let's try. I'm sorry for it being annoying. Let's just find it. It's not the microphone. Let's see if it's the A button. Probably not. I'm inclined to say this is just not emulated. So let's see. That was great. That was a great little graphic. Wait, no, I was asking to leave. Oh, but then I pressed A instead of clicking. There we go. Okay. I mean, I appreciate that they put it in there. It's not their fault that we can't use it years later on an emulator that we're not supposed to be doing. But again, I own this. I paid for it. Okay, let's take a brief intermission while I run to the washroom. And then we'll get back at it. Hang tight, gang. And we're back. Okay. Evidence of a brief Google suggests that there is microphone emulation. So let me look and see. Firmware? No. No, obviously not firmware. Core options? No. What if it's just under controls? See if there's like just like a make noise in the microphone. Well, maybe if we wind up doing a second day, I'll try to figure out how this works. By that time. Here we go. How are we doing on the puzzle? 8 of 12. Okay. Well, I'm not going to buy puzzle pieces yet anyway. Because I want to get my vibes up. We can definitely afford the vibe tea now. But I'm not going to be cheap and exit the world to just use those coins we just got. Okay. I think the real action here is up above. But if that's true, then my plan is to not have to come back down here. So I might as well explore. Yeah, it was worth it. Puzzle A, piece 12. So, if I now have 9 puzzle pieces, and that's piece 12, and I bought piece 1, means I found 8. So, seems likely to me the first 4 are purchased, but who knows? Okay. This is going to be a trickier... I'm going to have to jump, I think, at a key point here. Okay, saying it aloud didn't turn out to help me at all. Correctly anticipating the challenge and registering it in speech did not inspire me to avoid the obvious forthcoming obstacle. That's okay. I'm going to calm my way back to at least 2.5 hearts. Then I'm going to eat Mr. Rage Face here. Oh, wait, no, the blue ones go right away. Well, then I'll eat this guy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who. As long as they have feelings, I'll eat them. I'm Princess Peach. And then, just need a little bit of rage left. This would certainly be easier to do, though. That was to the last drop of vibe. Although I think I'd used a little bit before I started. Oh, once again, no. Those are just kind of there sometimes. I think we can conclude that the whistling piranha plant, which, now that I think about it, impressive that it's both whistling and keeping the thing in the air. Maybe it's beatboxing. It's probably supposed to be joyful, seeing as these guys are definitely experiencing joy as they sing. And that's true of a lot of people. Both that singing brings them joy and that when they are joyful, they're more likely to sing. You can't scoop the Cheep Cheeps out of the air, but you can kill them out of the air. This feels like it's going to be heavy-handed. Did you know? Somewhere on Vibe Island, the very odd enemy awaits you. It's shaped like a star. It's been spotted all over, from Who's Wood to Wavy Beach to Gleam Glacier. Or so I've heard. You have to attack over and over to defeat it, so be prepared when you find it. Is it right over here? Nope. Is it right through this pipe up ahead? Quite possibly, but let's find it. During that brief intermission, I did a quick Google search to confirm not only there should be a way to get this thing to emulate the microphone, but also that there is I had a feeling this would be an up. Ooh, it's an on the screen kind of up. Whoops. Oh, but I also checked. This is a classic 8-world type Mario universe game. Which I expected would be true, but given the, you know, gentler approach to Mario platforming gameplay that we've got here, I wouldn't have been totally shocked if it was shorter. It's not, though. So maybe today I'll do... Well, I think I'll definitely... Every time. Definitely my goodness. Proceed to the 3rd world. And then we'll take a temperature check on whether I want to get more done this week. Because I think I will return to this. Finish it off. Unless I get sick of it. But right now, I'm quite enjoying it. It's a nice little break. Rago Death, friend of the stream, has suggested a game, Signalis, I think? A survival horror about, I guess, lesbian robots? I haven't looked too much into it. I did my thing where I read enough that I was like, yeah, I'll play that. So maybe I'll do this for 2-3 weeks and then do a survival horror game as we head towards October, and then see where we go from there. My goodness. I should be raging out. And then replenish from the rage. There we go. Okay. And it's the end of the stage. Sweet. Another star. Still just 50 coins. They're probably all just 50 coins. But what if sometimes they're not? They tantalize. It was a very artful use of text. If they manage to fill me with this much excitement for a revelation that might never come. Get the vibe tea. Vibe tea is ours. Then I'm going to check out my puzzle situation. Leaving? Yes. Do I feel... Let's see. 9 out of 12, and we have piece 12, and I bought 1, which makes me think what we're dealing with here is find 8 by 4. Let's find it. Whoa. The other 3 puzzles aren't even in play yet. But if we now have all of the first puzzle at the end of World 2 and there's 4 puzzles and there's 8 worlds, I think we can extrapolate. And now let's find out. Are we just making a puzzle? Like in... Line up the pieces in the frame. Do it as fast as you can. Yep. Okay. To rotate a piece, tap it twice quickly. Okay. At least with the... Oof. Okay, wait. Can I use the mouse more effectively? Except for the fact that I can't go to the bottom of the screen with the mouse. Oh, no. They're not locking... Oh, they do lock in, but only when they're in their dedicated spot. Difficult to double click to make them rotate. It's okay. We're not going to set any speed records, but we're having fun making a puzzle. Oh no, it's rotating the wrong way. But once I got into the flow, it was alright. Oop. I think this is the top right corner. Whoop. Yep. This one's already in position. Went too low. Gotta place this one with the joystick manipulating the stylus. I did it! It's a cool and unique piece of hardware. The old DS. Not perfectly smooth emulation, but it's not terrible. I mean, like, listen. It's a good workaround. Whew. New record. Play again? Heavens no. But that was fun, I guess. Okay. Is it going to be a new stylus minigame on the way to the boss? Spin the platform with the stylus and help Peach reach the top. Ready to start? No. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Don't mind the messed up nature of the screen for the moment. Because this is just not ideal for the control systems available to me. Whew! Faster, Peach. Whew. Just speed past this one too. And then stop, 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 stop. Arrgh. Do I have to start over? Cruel. Okay. This is like Sierra anti-piracy measures. Although I doubt that's what they were thinking when they added it to the game. They were thinking, what's a fun thing we can do for our legitimate customers? Which I am one of. Let me remind you, Nintendo, if you're watching this. Faster. And then stop. Okay. Here we go. Around and around and around and around and around. Faster. Whoa. And there we go. Faster. Ah, made it. Okay. Just up ahead is the boss of this place, the owl. When it swoops, aim for its head and stomp on it. Think it's got an advantage in the air? But you can use joy to fly higher than even it can and stop your joy. Yeah, okay, sure. I'm gonna stop reading the explanations of the bosses before I fight them. If I get confused by a boss. Besides the fact, Peach, that like structurally we should expect. Okay, I can damage him. You don't even need rage, which was probably also true for the first boss. For stomping on Petey Piranha's swollen belly button. But also, at least until his rage part, which is right now, this guy isn't even really forcing me to use my emotions. Is that going to destroy the platform? Yep. Oh, now we definitely need some joy. Uh-oh. Got him. Haha. So I might have overcomplicated the Petey Piranha boss fight for myself, but that was also just definitely an easier boss fight. Which is fine. It was fun. It was engaging. We got through it quickly. I have no complaints. This reminds me of the beautiful lyrical interludes in Shovel Knight, where Shovel Knight makes a campfire and then has restless dreams where Shield Knight is falling, and it's a little mini game where you have to try to position yourself to catch her. Smack. The same dream. Ugh. Oh, Grandpa. It's my grandpa. I know it. He'd take me up in the mountains to play. At least until I got the parasol disease. Must have fallen asleep again. Grandpa, how are you? Oh, there's no time for this. Not now. Once you've rested for a bit, we've got enemies to fight. Then, let's fight. Shriek Mansion. The most terrifying place in Vibe Island. I'm interested to see how boos interact with emotions, if indeed we get boos on this island. Here's Dry Bones. Okay, you can't pick up a Dry Bones, so there's no simply consuming them for their vibes. I really ought to replay Shovel Knight sometime, but the frustrating part for me is that actually there's not really a frustrating part. I just have to, I only have the base version, and obviously if you're gonna replay it, get all the other content in there, then you gotta pay for it. But that's not that big a problem. So maybe I'll do that sometime soon. Probably in my own life though, and not necessarily as a stream thing. We'll see. Who knows what the future holds for this stream besides all the things I've said it will, barring disaster. So get to them all eventually. I was hoping that the creamsicle ball, as I will henceforth call it, would be a super Dry Bones killer. It's an exorcism ball. There's something hidden here. I wouldn't be so sad if I was a Paragoomba. I'd be happy that I knew how to fly. Had a feeling after not... I checked once very early on to find one of those false walls. Got the score for Whose Wood 2. Access it under menu on the map screen. Stop checking, but I figured they would come eventually. Fade away walls that conceal little segments of the screen. So once we got here, I thought, yeah, I'll start tapping the walls. It's not my first rodeo. Boom. 2 toads. So far, while this level introduces the general, going through some doors to some areas, building level design as opposed to horse type level design, into the Super Princess Peach vibe, it's doing it in the easiest possible way so far. We're just proceeding inexorably to all the doors. Hold on, though. Now that I know there's one up there, I want it. I like her little wee wee. It's partially because she's so joyful, but it's also because she's a pro. So she's making sure to get some cross promotion in for the Nintendo Wii. Did we just take a little shortcut? Also, confirmed boos are in this game. I figured they would be. But you never know when they're just gonna, distinguish an area by being like, well, got a totally different ghost ecology. We're on Vibe Island. Boos are only native to wherever Yoshi comes from, plus Mushroom Kingdom. Plus all, any places in the various Mario RPGs where we've shown a boo. Some platforming. Nothing too tricky, but you're dealing with boos at the same time. This is a power-up. And I could already tell it was going to be a use the hook. So let's assume the our parasol buddy, or umbrella buddy, did not have the ability. He didn't have a hook in his handle yet. Use it to move on ropes. Can't attack, but you can beat foes by jumping. So, it's just A to jump. I don't have to hold anything. I can adjust my speed with left and right, which is good. Excellent. Oh, definitely turned my speed up a little here. And we made it through. Oh, sad Dry Bones. He's got unfinished business. Oh, I can go back and do the ride again if I want, but I felt pretty good about my completion there. Does Sad Dry Bones not notice you and therefore never throws anything at you? Uh-oh. No. Not the case, and as a result, didn't get to do my timing, but I got a mushroom, 10 coins, not bad. Better than a turnip. Nice. Shriek Mansion, level 2. Here we go. We have... Is that a ghost of a Lakitu? Do you think we're supposed to interpret that guy? Or is it just a ghost who has Lakitu vibes? Do you know? When there's a toad or an item in an area, you can tell. Yep. Oh, an exclamation point also appears somewhere. Okay. There's no just smashing this guy, which I should have expected. He's a ghost. Okay. If there's something here, it's probably up above. Wait, can I take this guy out with joy? No. But I did confirm that there's a secret to be levitated to. Excellent. Can I land on his head? Probably not. And also, he's prepared. Oops. There we go. Okay, yep. Now that it's been pointed out to me, I see the accompanying animation. Puzzle piece B, piece 5. Which, now that I have a pretty good sense of how this is going to work, that's hidden puzzle piece 1. Oof. No jumping on boos. Can we exercise them, though? No. Exorcism ball only works on bones. Whoop. Not what I meant to do. I had a much better plan than that. Probably there's nothing to be gained by failing at getting across the donut blocks. Or, alternately, there's a very small amount to be gained. Oof. Then the question is the route forward the up route? The answer to that is no. So I'm glad I tried it immediately. Oh no. That wasn't optimal. We got the bat guys. This door is closed currently. Not even necessarily locked. Princess Peach does not open doors. I get this. Hopefully they stay lit permanently. This isn't also a speed challenge, but I guess we'll find out quickly. Because odds are there are 2 more on this side. So they were pretty committed to having, at least so far, 1 puzzle type where for each vibe they just spell it out for you the first time you're near it. And then otherwise it's like, you can figure this out. Great. Wait. Hold on, go back. There's a chime that played, but it's in between the screens. What does that mean? There's a secret here. I shouldn't have used those since I didn't need them. Ooh, I wonder if the tornado will also blow away the fog. No, that would have been a cool effect. If all the fog right around Peach was dispersed when she's joy-nadoing. Is that a smashable block on the floor there? Seems like no. Interesting that there hasn't been anything that I'm aware of that actually has needed the rage stomping yet. Because pretty soon I'll buy the Poundbrella. And I'm assuming those are kind of duplicate functionalities. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Some platforms fall apart easily, so tread very, very carefully. Jump on with care. And then use your L or R. That's actually that's a timely reminder. Ooh, careful, Peach. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Just a nice, easy introduction to the mechanic. Boom. 50 coins. No complaints from me. If by the end of the game, Star has never given me anything but 50 coins, even then I'll just have to say, respect. They duped me. They made a fool of me. Can't afford the Poundbrella yet, and I think I should get the abilities I can get before I start worrying about buying even more vibe key, let alone more hearts. Shame. I should have waited. I should have anticipated there'd be vibe crystals that I'd want right after doing this. Fortunately, we have the endless feeding machine for Peach. Nope. Oh, wait, but... Okay, that's a little disappointing. I guess they're magical fire. They don't look like it, but they have so much rage that it's stronger than Peach's joy. Is that... Ah. To get that puzzle piece, I had to ascend on the other side. A platforming challenge that I am totally up to. I wouldn't even call that a platforming challenge. Piece 6. All right, we're on track. That's 2. Basically, I'm assuming a little bit of layout symmetry here. My guess is that you get 4 puzzle pieces per world, which means 1 stage per world would be missing a puzzle piece, plus the boss stage. No, I will not be using joy to circumvent this fairly simple challenge. Ooh, I did try to use Floatbrella to do it. But Floatbrella is not as effective as when Peach has her skirt-based float. That was a happy bat, but the happiness of the bat just... its joy caused it to really rush Princess Peach. Just filled him with confidence that he's the one who's going to be the legend who took out Princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't think the bats are even like soldiers in Bowser's army. Well, that was a little on the easy side puzzle-wise. That's okay. They don't all have to be hard. I mean, none of them have been hard so far, but they don't all have to be anything. Some of them can just be gimmies. And we're still having fun. Mysterious outside door. Ooh. My first guess is that there's a way to go over here. It's not true. Okay, I see what I had to do. I'm not going to try to go back and do it, though. And we can see how it all plays out from there, I think. And these sort of seem to be going... Wait, was the next one back? No, it was way to the other side, but I saved it. We can joy up to there. The joy. Rage. Listen, for diplomatic reasons, and just societal expectations, Princess Peach has spent a lot of time not expressing her rage. So it's not some flaw on her part that when she gets to let it out, she feels a little bit of joy. Oh, this is the way back. Is it worth it to do this? I ended up with very slightly more vibe than I had before, so I guess it was worth it. Well, the tennis isn't so violent. It's extremely, like, aggressive and competitive. But it's really the football where they just go nuts on each other. And I guess Smash Bros. But I don't think Smash Bros. Actually takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's specifically Mario, the fictional character. Okay, so... yeah. But to what end? So we can stand on them? That seems like a lot to do just to replicate the ability to use joy to float up there. Oh, you know what? You're right. Which is super aggressive for tennis. And I guess, you know, football is a more aggressive sport. Oh, dear. That is really cool. You see what they did there? The wall of boos are all wearing blindfolds so that they won't be put off by their own shyness. Are they still coming? Yep, they're there. There's a toad. And I don't think there's anything up and to the left. We'll never know now. Or at least we won't know on this go. We've got all 3 toads. Excellent. Did a playthrough, went back and replayed Kirby's Adventure earlier this year. And by the end of that, I was getting extra lives on every... oh, 500. We'll have you yet, Poundbrella. Shriek Mansion, 3-4. Yeah, I think I'll do 4 worlds today. Why not? Unless I decide I don't want to. Which I'm always free to do. Okay, now we're getting spooky here in Shriek Mansion. It's dark. Is there going to be a light mechanic? Rooms that are pitch black? Can't see outside of Peach's area? Ooh, 2 toads on a single screen. What's the gimmick? Is it this door that will get towards the toad, or this door? Or this pipe? Let's see. I'm gonna guess pipe. I like the zipline riding music. Excellent. That was the answer. And besides making it to the end, there was not yet a performance challenge related to getting the toad. You can envision a later version of one of those zip lines that also has like 3 exclamation points to be struck along the way. Oh, we're in a classic Ghost House situation. She can smack the bones out of the air, which is cool. Okay, leftmost door lets me go back, or it lets me probably just see a bunch of doors that are currently closed. Yes. And confirming that, I consumed all my vibe, but we'll be fine. I hope. Okay. Middle gets me to more doors. Middle right? Middle right left? Middle right left? Took me back. Okay. Let's try middle left first, because that dumps me this way. Okay. That probably means there's only one sequence through the doors. Middle, right, middle? No. Middle, right, right? Or there are multiple sequences. Let me try going all the way to the left here. There's nothing. Okay. Middle, right, right. That doesn't work. Then we have to start experimenting. Middle, right, right. Middle, right, right, left. There hasn't been a left yet. And still not. Middle, right, right, middle? There's only one way to find out. Middle, right, right, middle. No. Middle, right, right, right? Or there's more than one sequence, then gotta start with right. We'll find it. Middle, right, right, right. Middle, right, 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 left. Ta-da! Excellent. It's possible, and I guess I'll find out. If I get to the end of the level and I found no other toads, I will assume that there's a different combination that would get me to a toad in there. For now, oops, let's just see what's up ahead here. Since once I start taking the upper route, my plan is always to not fall. Whoa, whoa. Excellent. Took him down nice and easy. No floating when you're also holding a thing. I like the attention to detail. Across the top. Of course, we'll go down here. I'm not sure if it's how many hits you get or getting them in quick, so like you're hitting it again while it's still quivering a little. At any rate, I haven't failed to open one yet, so it's oof, not that important. Oof. Oh, good. There was a purpose to manipulating the big boo the first time we met one. So we're outside right now. So it'd be odd if the boos were fine in moonlight, but then got under a street light and we're like, no. Then again, the lot. Oh, I saw what was happening there just before it happened. You know what? Seeing as I have Cry Guys, ho-ho, to deal with, to utilize in the cause of restoring my health and restoring my vibe, I'll do so. Use my calmness to restore my health. Pop those guys for a coin. Other things I learned on Wikipedia during that one brief intermission. The game sold a little over 1 million copies, so presumably I'm gonna go on a limb and say they made money. Puzzle Piece 7, we're on track. And it's the 50th highest rated game on the platform. I'm not sure, I didn't even check, is that using Metacritic or Nintendo Power Records or something? I don't know. I can think of DS games that I think are better than this. Maybe. Well, yeah, probably. I'm not going to right now. Ah, turnip. But I think I got enough coins on the way. Yes, we are buying the Poundbrella. We're almost done Shriek Mansion. At which point, I will decide if we're doing World 4. I think 2 weeks of this seems like a reasonable pace. It looks like I may very well be on track to 100% it in 2 weeks. Just a fun, diverting game. You should do that now and then. Not everything has to be a struggle to figure out how to draw a line. I'm doing excellent on the springboard timing here. Although, I think there's a really big, generous input window. And then this point's down. Let's trust it. Excellent. Saved a toad. And now we'll go back up. I actually screwed up the timing for the first time on that one. At least the first time in this stage. Scrupulously honest, so I must acknowledge that I did screw it up on the previous stage. That it featured those things. Nope. Not quite. Whoa. So this is the boo. He's not dealing with shyness. He's so angry that he has gorilla response to eye contact. He's a backwards boo. I hadn't even thought about the fact that he's backwards. Look at him when he comes for you. That's a great idea. In general, the idea of a variant boo that does that seems like something other Mario games could be making use of. Especially because in a harder game, you can imagine a game that was more focused on twitchy, reflex-based platforming challenges could really do something with the ability to throw different numbers of these things at you, or different configurations. Some of them come at you when they see you, some of them come at you when you turn your back. And how are you going to allot your time to manage them? Excellent. Does the door just come out down here? It does. No little sub screen to complete. We saved a toad. And then we're back at it. I love Rage Boo. Yeah. Like, I can see how Nintendo might want to just, you know, not get into it with acknowledging this game in this age. When, you know, people might be way even more like, really? Peach gets the emotions game? Even though, as we've seen, the emotions are a great little gameplay mechanic. There we go. Did I not? No, I bought the Poundbrella, didn't I? Hold on. I'll confirm this in the menu. Yeah, I've got Poundbrella. How does it work? Press down and B mid-jump. It is not a Mario-style ground pound. Excellent. It's exactly what you'd hope it to be. Well, Wall of Boo's coming. The Wall of Boo's and Rage Boo are both excellent Boo designs. Don't get greedy, Peach. You got greedy. Ooh. It's alright. There's no secret to worry about finding, it doesn't seem. He doesn't want to slide down even though this is a slope. Oh, I tried to do a slide, but I ducked too late. There we go. In the episode where, episode of The Simpsons where Marge becomes a cop, I always love the little moment where, as she's discovering that her, you know, suburban housewife life is enriched by a little bit of danger and excitement. She's just closing the garage door when she gets home, and then she decides to leave it until it's almost closed and then run and slide under it. And then she successfully slides. Ah! A rage big boo. Extra freaky. Okay. Go in a door. You could also use Crying Peach to make this a bit easier, but I won't. Although, did I miss? Was a hidden thing in that last room behind me? I think it was. Well, we'll deal with that in a quick replay of this stage in a minute. Probably the final two. But I guess we'll see. Ooh. They're going to turn the whole world? It is. They're introducing the mechanic in a place that seems to only have coins. No secrets, is what I mean. Probably a good idea to ease people into a new mechanic. Especially in the game, again, that at least partially aimed at beginner level players. You know, it's a great game aimed at beginner level players. Kirby's Epic Yarn. That's where we came in, right? Hold on. That's where we came in. No, that's the exit. You see an enemy who's sleeping comfortably. Tiptoe. I think they should have let me discover that. They've already done the crumbling platforms. I, in theory, should have. But my girlfriend at the time was my least favorite person that I know, that I've ever known. So anyway, we never wound up playing it together. And then I loaned it to her brother, and then we broke up eventually. And it's just gone. I saw him on LinkedIn recently. So maybe I should just message him out of nowhere. Hey buddy, it's been well over a decade, but you got my Kirby's Epic Yarn? I'm not sure if this is a true memory. Did he buy me a Wii U by mistake? In the sense that I think he might have. Or at least partially paid for my Wii U because her and her brother called me when they saw one available. And were like, want us to pick it up for you? And you can, pay Mark back. And that was pretty close to the end of that relationship. So it might be all... In fact, I think I can now recall having said at the time, fair enough. He gets Kirby's Epic Yarn. I got at least part of my Wii U paid for, if not all of it. I don't think it was all of it, but it could have been. I don't think banks keep transaction records detailed enough that I could go into my transaction history and look for $400 withdrawal or check cashed from over a decade ago. Oh, you can slide on these. Not sure why I failed to do so before. Okay. There is something about the speed with which you mash on them that matters, and I was not achieving the necessary speed. Uh-oh. Ooh. They're coming. They don't come that fast, fortunately, because they're blindfolded. They're groping in the dark. Ah. Okay. It's related to falling and picking the right door down here, I think. Yes. So, like, the Mario 3 Fortress stage that I think is in Cloudland? Sky World, whatever it's called. There's nothing to do but try the doors until you find the one that gets you where you want to go. I should have just been counting anyway from left. 1, 2, 3. I think I was up to 4, or I might have tried this one twice now. At any rate, that was definitely 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's also just a puzzle piece on the ground. 5. What if the big boo is giving me a hint somehow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's more than one rage boo down here. At least the rage of the rage boos doesn't speed them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're running out of doors, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, Rage Boo. I don't know how to deal with this except to get hurt. Was this door 8? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for sure. Let's try door number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9. Ooh. I'm really interested to see if I can, so let's... Oh. And we are still down here. Oh, this is crying. No! No, I cannot neutralize the rage boos with calm. What I can do... I'm not sure if it matters for me to heal before I exit the stage. I might just start every stage at full. But just in case. Head back. Look at the clock. Take stock. We'll at least get started on World 4. Resume suspended data? Yes, because I picked the wrong thing. I did quit instead of exit stage. There we go. All 3. Perfect. We're 100. If we're doing this thing, we're 100%ing it. Defeat the boos with the stylus and bring Peach to the bottom. Are you ready to start? Only kind of. Okay. I gotta remember bottom screen. Like there's a limit to... Okay, this is definitely a play with the mouse kind of game. And kind of weird because the boos don't stay ghosted. Having 2 distinct screens would definitely make this bit easier. Am I controlling Peach at the same time? No. So what on earth am I supposed to be doing to these boos? What if I hold it on them? Yes. You just need enough stylus time on them and they flee, which is a way easier method of dealing with them than trying to time a temporary stun. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll make it. I can switch. I can mess up the display and make it easier for myself. If I don't get it this time, let's say. Arg. Okay. Oh, even worse? Messed up display? Well, it's fine. Well, no, it's not, because I can't even see what I'm dealing with. Okay. So what did I do? This was what I did. No, this is the same display. Okay. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I think I'm best off just dealing with it this way. Saw that one not working. Oh well. This is not on the game. This would be pretty easy, I think, to do with a stylus. Arg. Okay. I just got super lucky there. Whoa, rage boos. Ah, and then that boo got her. Okay. Am I keeping the coins? We'll find out if I lose once more. Yes, I'm at least keeping the coins. This is grinding. I saw that one fall apart. I'm not sure, like, the input issue with the mouse, which is that the double stacked window for this game is too tall. Does rubbing them work more effectively than just keeping it on them? I think so. Yes. My goodness, this keeps going. And that guy's got her? No? Oh, okay. We've made it to the boss fight. So hopefully I win on the first try. Oh wait, you're allowed to skip it on there. There's a huge boo up ahead. Aren't ghosts scared of light? You've got to make the room bright. Ah, the thing that I said where I wouldn't read these because it's more interesting to figure it out, I forgot about. But I'll remember this time. Every time Peach is caught off guard. The lights go out. We know what to do, at least a little bit. King Boo. Okay. Wait, something about breaking the chandelier too. Oh, by crying it out? Do I have to cry? I don't know what to do. Okay. Wait. Somehow or other I harmed him. Great. So I'd done something productive with light there. Okay, I think the answer is just that as we progress, larger numbers of the lights are extinguished for each round of King Boo shenanigans. Not sure what he's releasing to let me, whoops, recover here. Oh, maybe it's nothing. Do these things ever turn into... No, they don't. So, I guess the other gimmick is to use his fire against him. This might take a second try. Let's find it. Okay, good. He takes the damage, but the fire doesn't stop. Okay, I can do this on a second try. Want to skip it? Yes. Oh, we can skip this too. Oh, good. This is nice and easy. Because the first time, it's only one light. What does knocking down the chandelier do for me? Probably it produces vibe crystals. Boom. That one was also pretty easy. Uh-oh. 1, 2. I wonder what King Boo's heat up will be like. I was on the verge of finding out, I think, when we lost last time. Uh-oh. His heat up is bursting into tears, throwing a tantrum, pitching his crown around. I don't even want to be the king anymore. It's hard being king of the Boos. Alright. One sec. Brief intermission, folks, being summoned. And we're back. So, we're in the boss fight. Okay. Oh no, I see the problem here. It's that crying King Boo is putting out the fires. But, oh no. Whoops. Okay, good. He doomed himself with his fireballs. I didn't have to figure out what can I do about the chandelier to presumably make it surrender vibe crystals to me. And we saved Toad. that dream again.
Oh my, you'll catch a cold sleeping out here. Come on.
But why am I away from my grandpa? Where'd he go? Huh? Oh, you! I know you. Is that a giant Raphael raven with a wizard riding its back? A magic Koopa, perhaps? Sleep well, British. Sweet dreams. Hope your dreams are less troubling than our umbrella friend here. Whoa! Stop! Yeah, they turned the child into a parasol, or to an umbrella. And stole him from his grandfather. Or her. Oh, 5 more minutes. I'm remembering now. It's coming back to me. But no, there's no time for lounging. Not now. Once you've rested for a bit, we've got enemies to fight. And we're off to Yuri Volcano. Alright. Right now I'm feeling like I could... Ooh. Well, we have an excellent song. Oh, these guys. Rex, I believe their name is. Classic enemy from Super Mario World, where the special place Mario goes is literally called Dinosaur Island. So they had to make a few different... They had the Resnors, for example. The Triceratops boss fight. Oh, fine. Explain to me how P switches work. Or exclamation mark switches. So you want to know what the switch with the strange exclamation point does? I'm not quite sure. Well, they call this place the Fury Volcano. You might try copying it. See what happens. Because you need to wait to press the switch. And then the first one is not super exciting. But it does get us the score for Shriek Mansion 2. Specifically, I seem to find one soundtrack song from the previous world in each place. When we get one more, we'll go check out the sound test. Because at that point, the sound test band should be complete. Yeah, sucker. Try and test me. Alright. Saved another toad. This one's progressing quickly, it seems. Oh, that's just an infinite vibe pipe. Oh, there we go. Urgh. Not this time, because I'm approaching the point where I want to wrap up and I want to try to do this whole world. But next time, and there will be a next time, I've decided I need to... Hack, hack! Oh, that's awful. There's this awful smoke everywhere up ahead. It causes damage. So once you get in it, blow it away with a cyclone. Okay. Ooh, are there coins or anything worth getting up above? Let's find out. Looks like no. But I want to take some more time to appreciate all the different animations. It'll be easier to do when I've purchased at least one more vibe tea, too. Oh, wait. How quickly does it reaccumulate? Pretty quickly. But as long as we can keep replenishing our vibe, we should be fine. We'll see. In general, this game has not introduced any of its mechanics with a challenge the first time. That would have been more natural to slide down, but we got through it. There's a secret here, is it definitely involves that. Ooh. Red shell doesn't make you fire immune, does it, buddy? Or at least not lava immune. Another point for this game's not sexist. It posits Peach as a master of emotions. Another point in favor of that is that when Peach burns her butt on lava, she pops up, then she collects herself and she's fine. She doesn't go ow, and run around uncontrollably, risking more and more lava injuries. Toad saved. Very, very slow force scroll. So far, the specific subworlds of Vibe Island are very, very generic Mario code, which is fine. I wonder what else remains. A desert, perhaps? Definitely an ice world. But I think I even saw the name of the ice world somewhere. No, I want to pick Rex up and devour him. Excellent. I might as well calm, get my one heart back. Always stay calm when the encroaching left side of the screen forces you deeper into danger. I think I heard the chime, and also I see an obvious secret. Excellent. Full toad saved. And then I bet this is just our shortcut back. Well, after a fashion. He thought he would push me off my boat into the lava. And he's like, can't quite reach her. And then Peach springs back up and says, actually, it's you going in the lava. Wow, they really push you back. After getting that, I should have just floated. I feel like we got to eventually get a power-up and ability to smash those. The blocks that are obviously slightly different. Maybe I'll do an Iron Woman run, which I'm defining as never raising Peach's maximum health. Hey, we've unlocked a new minigame. Toad. Probably not going to be optimized for my control options, but... 1, 2, ping. Ah. Well, you know what? 1 coin is also good. At least there's no penalty. Alright, check out our new minigame. Use the stylus to carry Toad to the goal. And don't get burned. I bet I can't do this with my current comfort setting. But let's find it. Yeah. I'm just not going to worry about this right now. If I can figure out a better setup next time, we can engage with the mini games a bit more. I still appreciate that they're there. What's in the bonus area? We can rewatch Perry's Dream. Lots of references to Perry being an umbrella, but his name is clearly intended to evoke parasol. Ah, I should have bought the... Oh, well. Maybe I didn't have enough money. And if I did, so be it. I'll purchase Vibe Tea after this stage, if I remember. I get the idea here. Consumed by Peach's endless grief. Press X while carrying something to put it down. Oh. So there is a means of precise placement. It's just I was expecting it to just be the down arrow. Oh, you don't even have to jump. So it's not just that rage is stompy. It's that being angry actually increases your body mass. Hey, I obviously perceive what to do here. Although, I'll do a better job of it, perhaps. I bet it's the other one that I ultimately need to use. Yeah. Oh, obviously, yeah. Good. There's one. Oh, just spoil it for me. Can't resist. What? Just... Okay. I gotta stop just spoiling these things for myself. That's simple enough, it would have been fun to discover. It's just I want to read the text. So I gotta just start solving the tutorial introductions of the mechanics. Angry Spike. I want to see what he does before I kill him. He just has much bigger internal puke spikes to throw at you. Oh, and I like that when Peach catches them. Whoops. That was a waste of vibe. Just turn off the calm. Oof. That was not a successful landing. I thought they might explode. Maybe they do if you let them bounce all the way up. Damn it. That was my bad. Did not hold my shoulder button to land gracefully. Puzzle piece 9. Oh. Whoop. Gonna let this guy stomp it off a little, and then boom, he's finished. Extravaganza. Bird. Nothing to find here, but we do have a zip line to journey on. Doo-doo. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That went great for me, coins-wise. I bet there's something hidden here. Yep. Oh. So I get the idea there. One of those would have been better. This guy's going to be a red switch, which is just right there. That's kind of simple. That's fine. Toads. Oh no. I failed. But hold on. There was this other thing that made me think there was a secret here. alternate secret. This pipe. Nothing's hidden here. Where is this? This just took me backwards in the level? Yes. To what end? I mean, I suppose to the end that I can backtrack and see if I can find that toad. But it'll be easier, ultimately, to start the stage over, find the toad, and then exit. Really takes you backwards. I guess in this case, it's if you didn't get all the coins on the first try, like a pro, you have a chance to make up for it. I gotta remember, not everyone grew up in the Donkey Kong country mines. What makes... Oh, it's a joyful Bob-omb. Or is it a calm Bob-omb? It's joyful. What makes it different? It's just kind of hoppy, at least. Very nice. 50 coins. Yep. I bet that's all the stars ever do. Maybe I'll get to the end of one stage and there'll be like a pink star or something. So we'll know it's going to be something cool. I don't know. Ooh, courage soda. Oh, it's an upgrade purely for the sake of making it easier to get coins. You don't have to do elaborate enemy victories. You don't have to clonk two guys together, for example. And then, with exactly 200 left, I'll just buy the 4 puzzle pieces that you buy so that we get our reward based on discovery instead of just purchase from the shop. Good. Oops. I don't know. Wait, I was missing a toad in the previous level. I better go now before I forget. If I'm going back, I'm going back. Okay. 2 toads. Didn't miss a toad in the first screen, but did I miss something hidden up above? Gotta go absolutely not cannibalistic. This is a parasol eating Goombas. Unless it turns out that Perry, oh no, is originally a Goomba. In which case it's very troubling. Specifically to consume Goombas like this. No. Okay. Cry, baby, cry. Excellent. Ding, ding, ding. I assume... I've never even checked. I'm guessing that those are giving me, you know, 10 coins a pop. Is there anything if I float up here? Just looking for a pipe. Because it might not be that I even get a chime. Because what I missed was an alternate little room. Or the toad is just on this screen somewhere. And it's really simple too, I bet. Almost. Oh no. I wish I had more vibe. Do I have enough to just make it up? Yes. Okay. Then float up here. First I'll make my way across to see... No, I don't see anything. So this might not be exactly the way forward in terms of getting that toad. Well, it's probably that. So then the question is, where's the exclamation point switch for it? We'll find it. Oh, it's right here. I hit it. I just had no idea what it did before. Oh, I knew what it did. I just, at the time that it showed me, I assumed it was showing me something with the way forward. Except that the way forward is just through that pipe, it turns out. Okay. Ah, X to put her down where you need it. Floatbrella across. And we're good. Okay, onwards. Three stages and a boss to go if I want to be exactly halfway through the game when I stop. And I'm making reasonable time for that to be what I do. So we'll see. I think it was a good design decision to make the vibe gauge drain so quickly. Both because it creates value to the vibe T item. I was carrying this like I thought there would eventually be an obvious jumping challenge, but it seems like it might be a little bit easier to get started on whatever the secret here is. Or this might be a different secret altogether. Who knows? Well, it's one of the toads. But yeah, the float power is not, platform challenge breaking, for example. Because you can't just constantly vibe. The way to do it, I think. Go figure. Nintendo. The developers at Nintendo making strong game design choices. Okay, there's something here, though. Something more here. Oh, and I bet. It's just right up here. It's another puzzle piece. Puzzle piece 10. Only 2 to go. Does she throw up? Yes. Not like vomit. For anyone not looking. Just throw in an upwards direction. That's what we're looking for here. That was obviously going to be a pipe. To a place where there's forced scrolling and no no announced secret. Have I accidentally proceeded forwards in the level irrevocably, necessitating a revisit? Or are we just drifting along to through a coin wonderland that will then send us back? I don't know. Find it. Where does this take us? Somewhere with a secret. Joy. Anger. Joy. Turn the joy off, Peach. Get that. Proceed. Joy. Fly over the vibe crystal right now. Joy off. Joy on. Clear the smoke. It's clear. Free a toad. We have saved a toad. Go back for that vibe crystal. Go forward, Peach. Is this the way out? No. Joy. Just before she started choking. Actual wildfire smoke, you need ventilation. You cannot just confront it with joy. This feels like it might be way forward and not way too secret. Not sure what to do about that. This is not good. Okay. Well, we survived. Ah. I'm going to use some calmness. And there's the toad, so... In some ways, this little sojourn worked out. And then, I think all that remains is to stomp the dude. Crush him against a hard place. It's just a rock and a hard place. A rock caught between a hard place and a passionate lady. Oof. Right. I'd already perceived these guys' movement pattern is always diagonal. So I should have known that wasn't a safe jump across the gap. Okay. I think the raid after the star turnip is currently the one I've obtained the most. 2 stages, 1 boss. Making pretty good time. Noted. Okay. I jumped towards it and then immediately thought, wait. Oh, I should have stopped and observed the behavior. Oh, here's a chance. Okay. Sad Rex does some standing still and then tantrums out and starts running. This might be forward in the stage. Or it might be a side room. It'd be nice if the ball didn't bounce off rocks, but like plowed through them. Okay, I can interpret that. Go up. Get sad, Peach. Get Toad. Excellent. Peach finds some fuzzies on this island. Then we can really start exploring her emotions. Get some psychedelics in you. And then let the joy take over. It's a very specific form of joy. Okay. So far, the red exclamation block switches are not that exciting of a mechanic. Like, there's been nothing challenging about pressing them, for example. Which, I guess it doesn't have to. It can just be fun to just, you know, be like, alright, press the emotion button again. Okay, thank goodness. I was a little worried I might be off-centered. There. That's what he was going to do anyway. Peach was just helping him out. Okay. Is there any benefit to getting up there? Looks like yes. Oh. It's a side place, but for a zip line, not a treasure. Oof. I'm optimistic that High Road will be the coinier road. Can't even compare them, but... Oh no. Well, now I get to compare them a little. Seems like I was right. Do they also seem to lead to different... Oh, I'm back on the high road. I'm not sure if there was also a down exit. Yeah, that just took me right back to... Ooh, get out of the lava, Peach. Back, use some calmness. Something hidden here. It's probably up above where we came in. Okay, red switch somewhere. I mean, I guess that'll, once again, kind of super easy to find. Well, the location of this toad does not correspond to getting above where I was at the start, like I thought I might have to. Get across. Power of tears. Save a toad. Consume a couple of sad Rexes. Replenish my vibes. And then onwards. A door. That leads to another place of the secret. Oh. That one at least was pretty easy. Oh, hey. This is pretty easy to get to, too. You can't do a parasol attack. I've never really tried while joying, but you can't. Even though you'd think sticking parry out of the Joy-nado would, in theory, be a pretty effective way. Spike top. Angry spike tops, which allows them to protrude their spike. Back in the 50 zone. Cha-ching. Happy day. 3 out of 3 toads. One more stage, one boss fight. We're on track for a good wrap-up time. Let me see. Anything that I do want to buy? Buy more levels in the mini games that I don't currently have a good way to play. I'm not going to worry about that. For now, I'll save up for more puzzle pieces. Not that I need to save for those. And more vibe teeth, which is actually pretty helpful still. Whew. I saw I was going into a tight spot there. Too late to not go into it. Uh-oh. Merging some mechanics there. I like, wait, does Peach do a backward slide if you're looking forward? Yes. No matter what, Peach has an interesting backward sliding style. Something secret here. First, let's assume... Let's try an upward... Well, no. Now that it goes back down, I don't think it's the up route that leads to the answer. This does not lead to the answer. Let's just proceed. Here we go. A little bit of anger to burn the bridge. Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of anger to burn a bridge. There's wisdom in this game. There's something here. As long as we can stop Peach from suffocating. And it's easy to find, too. Save the toad. Good stuff, good stuff. Catch this. Switch back to Joy. Try to keep the vibes up. Oh. Can't tornado your way through those blocks. Oh, good. Glad I went this way, since now we can do the puzzle. Puzzle piece 12. Odd that it doesn't tell you when you've completed the puzzle, like when you've collected all the puzzle pieces. There's something hidden here. I bet it's the remaining toad. It is. And they didn't work out. They did not stay late the night that they were figuring out toad placement in this stage. And this is fun. I think it's just a way to get more coins and possibly to finish the stage. Is this going to be a zipline sub area though, or something? It's a forced scrolling area. Can't say for sure if it's a sub area yet. Yikes. Get myself back on track at the cost of all my vibes, but I can get it back from a Rage Goomba. Some of it back, anyway. We got in a tight spot there. But we also got out of it. Rage Koopa. Oh. Got some big coins, would have loved to get that heart, but that moment has passed. And then does it take me to the end of the stage via what seems like the main road? No. No, it doesn't. Actually, maybe it does. Just because she's calm doesn't mean she can't go nuts on a piñata. So plot-wise, kind of seems like whatever has happened in Perry's past is not clearly related to Bowser's plot. So I wonder if we're getting like a DDD situation where the game eventually reveals that it was not Bowser that was the big concern overall. 50 coins, very nice. Especially now that I gotta save up 1,000 for a vibe tea. And we're at the boss. Break the rocks with the stylus, get Peach to the bottom. Sounds very similar to the last one. And it is, but I think it's... Whoops. Oh no. Dealing with the screen space issue here. Yeah, I think it's tapping rather than rubbing, like it was with the booze. Oof. Yeah, this would be hell to do with the analog stick, even if the sensitivity was better, on account of... the clicking with the analog stick. Arg. Be nice to have a solid black line. Even if it would be taking away from the impressive unified visual that you can see once the two screens are united. But if there was a line telling me where... Arg. Like I gotta use all the skills I ever built playing the fly swatter minigame in Mario Paint. But then while basically being like drunk. Arrgh. Since at random points that are difficult to interpret, clicking is disastrous to the flow of the game. And then I have a weird issue where there's some spots I can't put my mouse. Incredible luck. And then my luck ran out when, if I had known that none of those other rocks were going to be an issue, I would have just stopped trying to get them. I bet that was close too. Big ones are obviously problematic since they require a lot of taps. And then I have the whole unclear boundaries of the tap space situation to deal with. It's okay. Whoops. Damn it. Oh, no. Ow. Even after the disruption, I was almost on track. Clicking the start menu open by mistake. By going too low in the window. Going too high is only a problem in the sense that it stops doing anything when I click. I think this would be pretty fun to do as a DS minigame with actual proper DS controls. I didn't think that one was going to be a problem. Clicking out. Opening another thing. My goodness. Okay. If this attempt fails, I will see if I can do better. It's failed. Can I do better? Okay. I will look off screen here. So apologies that the viewers don't get to fully enjoy the experience. Okay. Oops. There. Back to normal. And this time, we'll just go fight the boss and see if I can figure it out. And I'll only go crawling to the advice block. Hey, it's Wiggler. Wiggler is famously a Mario creature that already has two major emotions. Chill and rage. Okay. First, let me see. What can I do? Yeah. Okay. I see how to hurt Wiggler, at least at the start. And then bounce on his vulnerable segment. Okay. Is he raging now? Yes. But in a pretty conducive way to Peach's ongoing survival. Wait. Never mind. I better calm down. Okay. Wiggler rages for a while after you hit him. Okay, got to him. I absolutely need his rage now, because I need rocks to get vibe crystals out of him. He's probably going to charge again, but I did manage to refill. And now it sounds like he's calm again. Notice that the maybe. I was thinking the vulnerable segment is the one that you obviously hit with the thing, but it looked a little different that time. Uh-oh. He leveled up by emitting smoke somehow. It's clearer how he makes the smoke that time. It's his footsteps. First one just kind of seemed like he activated smoke. I think he's calm again. Oh no. But the storm is ongoing? Okay. Okay. Hear the smoke. Do a little bit of calmness. A little bit of rage. And is he just defeated? Yes. No final Wiggler rage to deal with. Wiggler is neutralized. Toad is saved. Just a single ordinary Toad for the boss fights. And Danielle's texting me to see if I'm wrapping up, and I am. Perfect. Grandpa, I miss you. Where are you?
What an odd child. Why sleep on that mountain?
Evil magician.
I finally found you. Okay, Gramps, hand him over. Who are you? Stay away. What do you plan to do?
Should probably be doing a Magic Koopa-esque voice. You know, that kind of. Says the evil minion, who seems to be a giant, angry Raphael Raven, but who knows?
I did it. Boss is gonna be proud of me.
And that's got to be the end of the dream. Heck yeah. The night is long, and so is the dream. But why do they want me? Why are they trying to catch me? It's not like I've done anything bad, I swear. Oh, but there's no time for that. Not now. So I guess the next 4 dreams slowly reveal what horrible thing Perry has done in the past. So that'll be exciting next week. Once you've rested for a bit, we've got enemies to fight. Boom. All right. 4 out of 4. Where are we going next? Wavy Beach. Tropical area. Looks like a frigid cave area up ahead. A castle area. Maybe a cloud area. I bet that's what remains for sure. But we'll find it actually for sure next time. Okay, so what's coming up? Tomorrow, Dreams in the Witch House, baby. We're going to find out what happens to Walter Gilman at the end of my second attempt to play Dreams in the Witch House. It's a really excellent game. Totally different vibe than this. Although they both have girls in them. So there is commonality of theme. Then, Tuesday, later than I've been starting, because I have an appointment in the morning when I have been starting my Tuesday, Thursday Witness streams, I'll be playing the Witness. We're going to start by immediately solving that floor puzzle or immediately crushing my spirit when I find out that what I perceive is the perfect solution to that puzzle doesn't work. And then, on Wednesday, it should be Greg and James beat 'em up. On Thursday, probably still the Witness, but we got to see what happens with my phasing back into work. And then I want to believe Friday Night Frosthaven will finally happen. And before you know it, it'll be next Saturday, and it'll be touch and go, but I think I'll be able to get this stream in a little earlier in the day because I do have a drag performance next week, but it starts much later than our normal shows. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. All right, that's it. That's all. That's all there is. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're raging out, joying out, crying our hearts out, and then calming down together, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.